Crazy story coming out of the state of California where officers approached Nakia Porter because she and her father pulled over to switch seats before driving their automobile on a family trip. Here is what went down.
You know what? Detain her. Detain her. Put your hands on the back of your head.
We're about to switch drivers.
Read me my rights.
King 6 stars the 3rd.
Ma'am,
Put your hands behind your back.
put your hands
Put your hands behind your
I
back.
am not arrested. Arrest.
You're being detained.
King 6 stars the 3rd.
Bless me. They are approaching me and putting me on the car with force. So those that are listening, I am not
Yes,
arrested.
you have 2 different plates on your vehicle.
2 different plates, but you're
Yeah.
pressing on me. You're not reading.
You're
my
not
rights
listening.
or anything.
You're not listening.
Excuse me. What are you doing? Why are you pulling me away from the car?
Going in the back of our patrol car.
Excuse me. What are you doing? Bless me.
Put your hands.
Bless me.
Put your hands behind your back now. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach. Get on your stomach now. You're gonna get tased.
Solano County police officers would violently put Porter in handcuffs and take her to the ground. Then,
How did she get it open?
She slipped it. Double lock. King 6, we still have a male in the front passenger seat. The x-ray is detained, but we still need cover. It's fine.
You have an extra detained and a male in the passenger seat.
King 6, stars 11,
I can't get
41, code 3. The x-ray, I believe she's unconscious. She's out. I know. He needs to get the thing. Unlock your car, I got her.
we would later learn Porter was knocked unconscious. Here's the latest. From The Guardian, Nakia Porter had filed a federal lawsuit accusing the Solano County Sheriff's Office deputies of violating state and federal civil rights statutes by engaging in unlawful seizure, assault, and excessive force. Porter, her father, and her 3 young children were driving home at night on August the 6th, 2020, when they pulled off the road. Porter, who is black, was already out of the car when the deputies pulled up with lights flashing, and she explained that they were just switching drivers and would be on their way, according to the suit. The Associated Press added body cameras worn by the deputies recorded them pulling guns on Porter before slamming her to the pavement while handcuffing her along a rural road in the town of Dixon. Her father, Joe Powell, was also placed in cuffs and briefly detained. The next paragraph would read, Porter was jailed overnight on suspicion of resisting arrest, but then she was never charged. The Vallejo Sun adds more. The sheriff's office jailed Porter for 6 hours and recommended she be charged with preventing an executive officer from performing a duty by means of threat or violence. The DA's office would decline to prosecute. McDowell indicated in her report that she had activated her body camera during the incident, but the sheriff's office later said she didn't, which was not a violation under the sheriff's body camera policy, which is, let's be very clear, Absurd. It's absolutely absurd. From Jamie Ding in Los Angeles, California. Porter alleged the deputies punched her in the head and the stomach, knelt on her back, and pulled her hair. She said she passed out seconds after the deputies closed the cuffs. Porter would say, "These deputies treated us less than human and left a void we are still struggling to fill. I cannot describe what this type of experience does to a person, but I wish it on no one." Open Viejo would name the officers involved: Dalton McCampbell and Lisa McDowell. The Independent outlet would write, Porter suffered a traumatic brain injury and psychological trauma that has prevented her from continuing her career in computer science. Her children, niece, and father have also suffered psychological trauma. For the record, McDowell was recently promoted to sergeant. That's per a Facebook post by the Solano County Sheriff's Office. She would say, "As the officers dragged me away and beat me, all I could think of was my children. I thought I was going to die and never see them again. I struggled for my life, praying to God to save me. Then everything went black." After years of litigation, the settlement finally came in. Porter was awarded $17 million of our taxpayer money, not from the police department, not from the officers' salaries, taxpayer money. I just want to touch on this point once more because I feel as though it is vital to hit home over and over and over again. They fought back against the defund the police movement. There were some even on this network who disagreed with it because of the slogan, I suppose, and that defund is too radical. I disagree. But let me make something clear. If you really want to implement change within this system where a force like the police and their unions have unlimited power and they get away with state-sanctioned violence, where we are funding the violence that is brought forth and hoisted upon us and inflicted on us. The only way to stop it is to pass legislation that if there is a case of police brutality, it doesn't come from us, the taxpayers. It comes from the budget. It comes from the police budget. It comes from the police unions. It comes from those officers' salaries over time. That is how you make realistic change. Because let me just paint the picture. If there is an officer, with the latter example, that gets paid $215,000 a year, and you then have, let's say there's 3 officers, all right, it's over $600,000, and they get a settlement of over $1 million. You start taking money away from those officers as paychecks. The next time they do something like this, they will be a lot more careful, because who likes, who likes losing money? Who likes taking money out of their own pockets because of these indiscretions? It's obviously completely unrelatable because we're not inflicting harm on one another, our neighbors, our friends, our family, associates, etc., coworkers. But what we're doing is setting the tone and trying to bring realistic change instead of just letting them get away with it over and over again. If you can and are willing, please become a paid member here at TYT Sports, and or go to tyt.com/join. In addition, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Appreciate it. Have a great day.